Hi, Carol here. Welcome to my craft room. Well, today it's a different video. I was trying to test out, hey everybody, I was trying to test out my camera angle at putting it up on top of the island, facing down, and see how you like it. I just like some feedback if this is what you prefer. Then when I'm coloring, I can zoom in from this angle. It is a video, I got these at Michael's. I wasn't sure whether I had showed you that there's this set of Jane Davenport's, there's this set with the 4 faces, and then there's the large face that comes in one set. And I really liked these. So when I was in there a little bit ago, I picked the 2 of them up, so I had the 3. So I'm going to do a few things with that. And I have a wonderful technique to show you next after this video. I think you're really going to like it as far as a card. And I'm going to get to that probably tomorrow. I'll have that one up. But for now, I was testing the camera angle, and then I wanted to show you a few things. I've had this little bee measurement guide in my stash for quite a while, and I really couldn't figure out what I was supposed to do with it. It has all the different sizes of the envelopes and what size it is, like A2, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then it has lines drawn out. And I was thinking to myself when I took my Misties out that this would be great for me situating stamps by putting it over top of my cardstock like that, like this. Yeah, I tore the paper. And if I could get, I generally do large size cards. So the 5 by 7 and the A5, I think it is, and or A7, I'm not sure, and the A2. So I thought I would take some Martha Stewart tape and then some masking tape on a roll, and I would just put it on the 2 sizes I use the most, and that way I slide it into my large Misty right here, and I've got it set. I'm going to show you how I decide to do it. I want to make sure that I can corner the angle. This is the A2. And then there's the card size. Every card size is on this little bee acrylic piece that you buy at any craft store. I got it over at Buffalo Stamp & Stuff, and honestly, I'm so excited now that I can use it in my Misties because it's going to be a tool that I don't have to photocopy something. I already had it in my stash. And I really love the fact that I'm trying to use up things that I already have. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking the Martha Stewart tape, the fine one. She has 2 out. And this is the extra fine. It was in my stash. I don't think I've used it on too many things. And I thought, here you go, another in my stash supply that I'm going to make use of. And really doing this edit, I'm not used to looking down. I always have my video on the right side. Anybody that watch my videos know it's on the right hand side looking over. And then I had a friend, hey Deanne, ask me if I thought of putting my camera up on the island and looking down. Well, I couldn't put it in the center. I have too much stuff there, but I did have some space. You can see the leg there. So I decided, okay, I'll give it a try. And yeah. So you tell me what you think, because you're the one that has to watch it. And if you like this, and I thought if I zoom in, you would be able to see me color at this angle. So what I did, let's move along. This is the A2 size with the white Post-it tape that comes on a roll. I'm going to put it right out there with the size and measurement. And I did the A7, I think it is, the 5 by 7. I use that quite a bit as well. I use 6 by 6, and I can do that too. But I took my measuring tape to be sure that this was the size, because there's so many squares on here. But I love the fact it has the little squares on there that I can count over to situate my sentiment stamps. I also can get the actual center by just putting this guide, my paper in the Misty first, and then put this little bee acrylic, I think it's 7 1/2 by 10. I'm pretty sure that that's the total size of this piece of, almost like an acetate. Actually, it's acrylic. It's like acrylic. because it's just a nice consistency. So here I'm making sure that I measured out to 4 1/4 going across and 5 1/2 down. And the two most the most sized cards that I use, I thought it would look nice. I know the white is my A2, and I know if I could just see that, I think it says that it is an A7, yes, and that is 5 by 7. And then I actually did the small one, the 3 by 2.5 inches, because a lot of times I use that just as putting a little sentiment on. I use that size, and I thought, okay, I'm going to put some tape around that as well, just in case I do use cutout cardstock and use that for a sentiment. And I know that this little bee guide was quite the rage because I had to go out and get it. And we have it in our stash, some of us, and I thought, wow, I'm going to try this because I wanted to try my camera at a different angle for you and see if this is more comfortable. And then I was cleaning up my Misties, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to use this for a positional tool. I'm actually just going to go over, I pushed the edit farther so I could just show you, or farther, to show you that I did put the small size, that is 3 by 2.5, and I do like that size. I use it quite a bit. So these are the three main sizes, and if I might, this is what fits in the Misty. The 5 by 7 is the exact almost size that will fit in this comfortably. So what I do is it doesn't matter that it goes over the edge at all. I tried it. If you have your magnets there, it doesn't matter. So we're going to pretend I have cardstock underneath there. Then I set this little bee acrylic piece, it's 7.5 by 10. I set it over top of what I want to stamp. I take out, I'm going to work with just a little sentiment here, and I'm going to be doing something on the corner of the A7, the 5 by 7 card. I put it there, and I was able to get that perfect. It situated, and then I thought, okay, I want to try to situate it on, I'm making sure this is right, and it is. Yeah, I'm just saying, okay, if I put it there and I'm counting over. So what I did is I just counted the little boxes over, and I set it right in the middle, put my Misty lid down, and there you have it. And I'm telling you, this guide really does help me to have this clear, and it was so affordable, and it is by the Little Bee Company. So here I thought I would try it on the A2 size and put it down. I think I did it in the corner, and I was just playing around here. This video is mainly for you, so you could tell me whether you liked this angle of my camera better than the other way. Look at me. I'm trying to situate it here. Yeah, so there it is there. I can move it up and get the full angle. Now if I'm doing an A2, you want to get that white strip right along the side of the Misty line, and because I put the tape there, I can see that it's perfect. At my age, any assistance of seeing lines is worth the little bit of extra time. And I thought, okay, I'll try it in the mini Misty, and the A2 and this small little one works perfectly. And as long as you line up the right-hand side with the line that you made, you are going to love it. Today I had so much fun just trying out different ways to stamp it on there, and I'm going to put that on the inside. And now I'm just going to show you a few things that I got at Michael's the other day. Isn't that funny? Every time I say I'm going to keep shopping in my stash, I end up going to Michael's. I went with my sister the day before yesterday, I think it was, and I saw this, and it says 3 Doodler, and this is a real hard plastic. I guess it's for some type of art. But what I thought I would use at this board, it's really strong, and I thought this would be great for those of us that love to do brush lettering or calligraphy. You have your grid, you can get your markers and you can go to town with your brush lettering and wipe it down. Another thing, sometimes we don't have large acrylic plates. Whoop. And I thought, okay, let's see. I thought I'm going to try just putting a little bit of tape down, and I put the strongest tape I had here. I put a teensy-weensy little bit down in the middle. I put my butterfly down. I want to center it, so this is what I'm doing. There's the center. I put it in between his body, and now I have myself a beautiful, big, almost like an acrylic block. It's that good. And then I went and grabbed my Gooby Gone, put a little squirt on there, and it was gone. And it didn't put any oils out on it. It didn't remove the lines. It didn't do anything. It was wonderful. And I'm super excited about this because it is a guide, especially for learning brush lettering. Can you imagine? You can get out your pens that aren't permanent and sit down and practice. You have yourself a really thick piece of acrylic, and it has all the grids, perfect 1-inch grids going across. And I thought, look at this. What about our large stamps? And what's really funny, if you see me do this, I looked at it and I thought, I didn't even take the back off of this. And this is an impression. I always get it mixed up. I didn't even take the back off this yet. I have used this stamp before. It's the roses. I love it, and it's going to be used in my next project. And I'm taking it off here. Once I get it off, I'm situating it, and I thought, you know what? Look at that. You have yourself a beautiful block without even having to put the tape on it. There it is there, Impression Obsession. It's the rose background stamp. And this is cheaper than buying a huge acrylic block to use. It's light as a feather. And not only that, for brush lettering, calligraphy, practicing with these beautiful I didn't even measure it, but I do think they're 1-by-1-inch grid marks. That's what it looks like to me. It could be 2-by-2, I'm not sure. But anyhow, I thought I would zoom down just a little more just to test it out and see whether this is a good angle, but that's what it's called, 3 Doodle. And it was $12.99 at Michael's, but the funny thing is, you can't use your coupon on this. Yes, so it's 7.5 by 10. I put a permanent marker there so I knew the size to share with you, and this was $12.99 at our Canadian Michael's. Generally, I practice my calligraphy or my brush lettering on my iPad Pro with the pencil. I just got a little southern there. But I thought this is quicker, just to sit down, be able to erase it quickly and practice. All right, moving on. I found this. It is by, let me see, Hazel and Ruby, I think that said. And they're wonderful circles that have the sticky on the back. And for the bokeh technique, it says it was $29.99 on sale for $8.99 at Michael's. And you can take them off, and I thought, that grid here, this 3 Doodle, whatever, that must be a new type of art they've come out with. But look at how nicely these go on to do backgrounds. You have that huge amount of space to put this on and actually make a whole project for a card right there. And then they peel off, kind of like back in the day when we had those little, I'm just pretending I'm putting ink on it. And look at that. And then we could do an actual scene all on this as well. This is more sturdy than the little bee one. So this one I would use just as an acrylic plate. Extra large, and I'm just trying to get that off. I used my scissors, didn't hurt it at all. It has a real stick to the beginning, but all of them are guaranteed just to come off nicely and come off on it says, that it's crazy stickable. Yeah, and I'm cleaning up. Can you believe it? I didn't even there's my Gooby Gone. Now, this is a crazy thing. You're going to think I'm a glue gun crazy person here, but really I'm not. Really I am. I don't know what to say. But this was $26.99 at our Michael's, but it's the detailed glue gun, and I love this make. This I buy them at Walmart actually, and I love the stand. This is so light. If you have issues with picking up a glue gun, or you have arthritis in your hands or whatever, this is the glue gun for you. I'm telling you, it's got to be an ounce. And look at that detailed end. And then see those little rubber stoppers on the bottom? You can take them right out. I found it worked well taking them out, that it stood up better, and it takes the small glue sticks. And I'm going to tell you why I have so many glue guns. I know it's crazy, but when I'm doing, say, a lace project, I like to have at least 3 of them plugged in. Now this one is a wonderful detailed glue gun, but it always had to lie down. It would always fall down, and I loved it because it was the only one I had with a detailed tip. But this one is even longer. It's wonderful. It's smaller in your hand. It weighs nothing. Then I have a glue gun that takes the fat sticks. I have to have this. If I have a project, and this takes batteries. That's another reason why I have this one. So that one has the fat glue, and it's AdTech. And I have to have this because it works with batteries, and if I'm just quickly going, I like to have that one plugged in too. And then I have another one, AdTech. This one stands up on there, but it is a small, it uses the small glue, yes. And that one also is hot cool. So I would never use the cool, but it said it was hot cool, so I thought, okay, that's all right. I love the way it stands up, and it doesn't fall down on that little wee metal thing. So I have that one. Honestly, looking at it, it just makes me laugh. And then I have this detailed one that I use because it was the longest one I could find. But I've used it so much that I've glued the stand back and I can't push it out anymore. And you can't have too many glue guns, can you? I don't think so. But I wanted to share that this is so lightweight, it's like an ounce. It's like nothing. It's crazy. Yes. There you have it. The Glue Gun Crazy Lady has showed all her glue guns, and I am proud of them. And it was $26.99, and I used my 40% on that. So have a blessed week, everybody. I'm going to put this video up. Please share and comment to tell me if you liked my camera at this angle. There, I took those rubber stoppers out. And I will leave it at this angle, and especially for coloring. Take care. Thank you.